Hey, Kings fans, it's C2. Me and Benjamin are about to give y'all an instant reaction here at Raymond James Stadium. What a game, 50-15.
50 burger.
50 burger. Like, okay, can we just first admit that I said they were going to have a 50 burger today?
I don't like to admit when you're right, but you was right. You was right. They got the 50. Even though I was closer on the margin of victory by a point, but you got the 50. I'll give you that.
Anyway, the fourth straight game that they had 40-plus points.
Yeah.
Another record breaking. Today, getting here, we got here today, this morning.
Yeah.
It was a smooth drive.
Yeah.
But when we got here, it was a lot of, how did you feel about the fans?
I felt like they was hating, a lot of "you sucks" was going on. They felt like this was their Super Bowl. Like they were really going to do something to the Miami Hurricanes, them being a top 10 team. Miami's ranked 8th in the nation, so they was hyped up for this game. They opened up more seats in this building for more fans to come in. Mm-hmm. But to be honest, it seemed like there was a lot more orange and green instead of that gold and green or whatever they be wearing, because there was a ton of Hurricanes fans. I think it was 50-50 in the stadium.
I heard it in the crowd when we were on the field, especially in the beginning of the game. I heard the Canes going off, and I loved it. I loved seeing them out here traveling. Mario loved it too. We'll tell y'all more about that later, but let's get into the game.
Sure.
The man campaigned himself, Heisman, Cam Ward, did his thing, over 400 yards today, 7 touchdowns. This guy...
Campaign. Did you just make that up? I like that.
No, I seen a sign today.
Oh, okay.
Said,
I like that.
Anyway, so, yeah, Cam Ward, over 400 yards. Just unbelievable stats. Once again, he still isn't... I feel like he still is not pleased with his performance.
Yeah.
Every time we ask him about it, it's just like, it's always something he can work on.
Yeah. Definitely. I felt like he missed some throws today. There were some throws that he missed. I felt like Xavier Restrepo earlier in the game, if he would have hit that would have probably been a touchdown. But overall, the dude is just playing with an insurmountable amount of confidence. It's the type of confidence that I hope I exude when people see me, because the way he's just in the pocket, it's like, it's almost nonchalant. It's almost like, okay, well, yeah, you're like this close to me, but I'm still going to dump it off to my guy for a touchdown.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. The way how calm and poised he just always is, even coming out the tunnel. But I'm not going to lie, the D-line was on him, especially at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Cam Ward just, get off me.
Right.
That guy. So I love that about Cam. He was able to give it out to quite a bit receivers.
Yeah, 9 receivers in total. Again, just kind of spreading the ball around. He did have 1 interception, but
it was a
kind of a fluke in my opinion.
It was a fluke. He talked to George about it. He said they're going to get it back, so that's no problem. But the beautiful thing about this is, they take turns. All the receivers take turns scoring over 100 yards. Tonight was Isaiah Horton's night. Big Zay. He actually had 2 touchdowns. 1 got called back, over 100 yards. So salute to Zay. He had a really great game today. What did you think about his performance?
First of all, it seems like he's getting a touchdown called off the board like every game. I have to go back at the tape and really kind of see if that's the truth, but I feel like he deserves a lot more credit than what he has been getting in these first 3 games.
Absolutely.
First 2 games, it was all about X. Last game, it was all about Jacoby George. And now Isaiah Horton had his chance to really shine under these lights at Raymond James Stadium. And I was really happy for him, because he's a guy that's kind of stuck with the program. Many thought that maybe he could jump into the transfer portal and see what his options were. He's from Tennessee. Maybe he goes closer to home or something like that. But nah, he stays home, stays with Kevin Beard. And he stayed for nights like this, where he had a career high. 6 catches or 8 catches? 6 or 8 catches for, no, it's 8. 8 catches for 108 and a touchdown. And
8 catches.
Yeah, 8 catches for 108 and a touchdown. Very proud of him and his performance. And that performance to me really kind of showed me the real depth of this wide receiver room.
Absolutely.
And just the fact that any player can really go off. You got Zay that went off for 100. Jacoby George went off for 100 in the last game, and then X, he does what he does. setting more records, moving up the all-time receiving list with a solid performance as well. Elijah Arroyo said it this week, like, any one of us can really kind of go off.
Any given day.
And you saw it today with Isaiah Horton.
Any given week. So, yeah, that's what's up. I am really proud of Isaiah. No, seriously, I am. But, I mean, he wasn't the only one that put up points today. You know, Damian ran for 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He put up most of the points for today.
Sure.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, Damian Martinez, when you look at the stats, it wasn't impressive. He had 11 carries for about 31 yards. I think he averaged maybe about 2.3 yards a carry. Yeah, he had 3 touchdowns, but let's be honest, Cass, you and me could have ran behind that line and probably would have got in for touchdowns.
I don't know about you. I probably could have, but I mean, in a sense, I do get what you're saying. If it wasn't for Lau's 91 yards,
right?
How many yards would they have?
They would have averaged 2.9 a carry if it wasn't for Lyle's long 91 touchdown run, which was spectacular, by the way. The way he just shot to the left and just took it to the house, absolutely amazing. Yeah, he juked you on the camera. You see it on her social.
Yeah, but shout out to Lyle, because I think we've been able to see more out of him, especially these past 2 games.
Yeah.
And him running. Well, who I did not see tonight though was Martin. Usually Martin gets one in.
Right.
For us.
He only had 3 carries tonight. Not sure if there was a reason why he got the minimum amount of carries tonight, but to me, I feel like there's a debate of who could be RB1. You know, most people say, hey, it's Damian Martinez. I'm an A.J. Allen fan. I'm also a Jordan Lyle fan. Probably most of all, I'm a Mark Fletcher fan.
Love Mark.
So I think any one of those backs can actually be RB1. It's actually a really good problem to have with the depth of this running back room.
You know, I do think they're all different type of running backs.
Yeah.
So when we talk about who should be RB1, I think they do a great job of rotating the guys and fitting them where they're needed at that time.
Sure.
So when you talk about who should be RB1, who should be RB1, guys?
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Definitely. With that being said, defensively, pretty solid today.
Yeah.
Solid defense. They kept them at how many yards?
62 yards rushing. This was a team that was 8th in the nation as far as rushing is concerned. They've got a dynamic quarterback in Byron Brown, who they pretty much kind of held in check for this entire game. Naquan Wright, you know, most people who know about him, he played for Carroll City for a great team with Daniel Richardson, you know, who we actually played 2 weeks ago at FAM, was held in check as well. So Kiko was the main guy kind of holding him in check. Yes. He led the team in tackles today.
Yeah, Kiko had 11 tackles, followed by Mish, who had 9 tackles. Kiko also had a sack as well.
Yeah, he did.
But the defense, really, I feel like in the second half, they really stepped it up. It kept them at 15 points.
Yeah.
I mean, they how many points? 30-something unanswered points.
36 unanswered points. It was 28-0 in the half. I mean, just to pitch a shutout when it was kind of back and forth in this game for the most part. And I do want to give credit to the defense for holding USF to field goals in most of these games. I mean, the kicker that they got is like...
Gramatica?
Yeah, Gramatica. I call him Automatica Jr., you know, because his dad was Automatica.
Yeah, definitely. You know? 58 yards, which was a record breaking for him, as well as 51 yards.
A USF record, too, I believe.
It is a USF, but 51 yards as well. And then it was another kicker, guys. Just want to clarify, it was another kicker that came in and missed the 31-yard field goal.
Yeah.
But with that being said, you know, the guys, they came in, they didn't flinch. This was the first time they trailed
all season.
So it was just like, okay, how are they going to come back from this? Are they going to panic, or are they going to play? And they came and played. And I love the reaction. They didn't flinch. They played their game, and it showed.
Yeah, definitely. It didn't really feel like they were ever in trouble in this game at all. It just felt like they were always in control, even when they were trailing.
Right.
And, you know, that one pass to Sam Brown, the 76-yarder that Cam kind of hit him on the left side of the field, that just made me feel like, okay, this team can score at will. When they really want to put it in the end zone, they will do that.
I agree.
And I think this team can score with anybody in the country based on what we see tonight.
Yeah, I also want to add to one of the biggest, I guess, momentum or that kind of solidified the defense was Misha's Powell interception.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mish.
Shout out to Mish for real. He's a Florida boy now. You can already tell, man.
Yeah, my man is he's definitely a Florida guy now. But yeah, Mish came through. Leader as always. Mish does he did his thing again. 9 tackles, 1 interception.
Yeah.
What did you think about the defense tonight and just in a whole?
I thought the defense played pretty well. Like I said, 62 yards rushing. They held USF to, which is pretty impressive. Shutting them out in the second half was also impressive. And you kind of saw big plays from different guys. It wasn't just Tyler Barron this time. It was Simeon Barrow made some plays. I saw CJ Clark, chasing down Byron Brown, getting him on the ground. It was definitely a collective effort, I think, from the defense this time.
However, and I must say, especially at the beginning, 8 penalties for 80 yards.
Oh yeah, that was
a sticker.
That was not a good look.
I know Mario was livid.
Well, yeah.
I know he was.
Yeah, you saw what he said in the press conference.
Yeah. If he cursed, that's how I know he's mad.
Yeah.
But 8 penalties for. I mean, and the penalties I felt like were small things that they just could have.
Right.
A lot of pass interference.
Yeah, holding calls. There's offsides. It was just a lot of penalty flags that could have made this score even worse. Like the fact that they scored 50 points and they had all those penalties just makes you feel like, okay, well, they can overcome not only trailing, but not playing their best game efficient wise, and just really still destroy a team.
Right.
Right.
I mean, it's just one of those things, and I feel like we've said this before in other instant reactions. The penalties, leaving points on the board.
Yeah. It's
kind of like but we're in the 4th game. Next, we got some conference play.
Conference play against Virginia Tech.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm excited about that.
I'm definitely excited about that, but a little worried too, because I'm worried about this running game. You should be too. And Canes fans should be worried about it a little bit too. The fact that this team was not able to run the football is a little concerning, but at the same time, when I saw the difference between runs and pass, it was like 18-8. So it's almost like they were like okay with not running the ball well. They were like, okay.
You know what? I'm glad that you said that, because I feel like they are okay with just running the ball like they do. Again, like earlier I said, they have Damian that will get it at the 1-2 yard line and get it into the end zone.
Right.
If it's not broken, why try to fix it?
True.
They're getting down there. They're getting it in the end zone. They're getting the 6. What's the problem?
Right.
You have to keep in mind, Shannon makes schemes off basically that team.
Right.
We haven't even faced the conference team yet, right?
Right.
We have so much to see from this offense.
Sure.
So, I mean, while you're right about the running game has been lacking, but at the same time, I feel like we haven't even seen most of it yet.
Yeah, let's hope so. I mean, I like the way that they used the backs in the passing game. Your boy Damon Martinez got loose in the passing game.
Definitely.
He had a 36-yarder in this game, a total of, I think, 50 yards. 50 yards all purpose. So I think that was good to see, for sure. But you kind of still want to see, you kind of just want to know, like, if this passing game is shut down for whatever reason, no reason to believe that, obviously, because Cam Ward is super Cam. He's like arguably the best college football player in the entire country. So there's no reason to believe that passing game is going to stop working all of a sudden. But if it does, then what will the Hurricanes do is kind of the question that I have in my head.
We shall see. We have to stay tuned for that. Well, I don't think we'll see that, though, honestly. Right. I don't think we'll see that. But with that being said, we have Virginia Tech on a Friday, 27th at the Hard Rock.
Short week.
Yes, it will be a short week. We're back at it probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
On Monday, we're back, speaking of Mario. And Friday, will be the game at the Hard Rock. We need all of y'all. We really need all of y'all to come. Like I was saying earlier, Mario, I saw him on the sideline saying, go thank your people, go thank our people. He was telling all of his players, like, go over there and thank all the Canes fans. So he really appreciate you guys for traveling to Tampa and coming to see this matchup against USF, which was such a great game. I really enjoyed myself.
I enjoyed myself.
This is
too.
my first time working at Raymond James, so I mean, I enjoyed their press box. It was lovely. Yeah,
it was definitely a great experience. Even with the crowd being kind of pro USF, I thought it was still a great atmosphere, great environment.
Yes,
the Canes fans really kind of made this game, took this game to a whole nother level for me. I think just you heard chants of defense loud through the press box, and then even after the game, like they stuck around as they always do on road games, and just really just kind of stop and interact with the players and coaches. The energy with this program is just at a very high pitch.
Muyan got an interception.
Shout out to Miles
Muyan. He put on the chain. It's like return of the turnover
I didn't
chain.
See that.
You didn't see that?
Nah.
Shout out to Muyan for getting
Shout
that
out to Miles Muyan.
But with that being said, like, you know, just coming here in USF, the student section is always lit. When I first got here, I was just taken aback by how loud and how lit they were. So it's always a great environment here at USF. But I mean, we'll be back for another one.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll be back for another one. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. We really appreciate y'all. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, on X, New Era C2. YouTube also is New Era C2, probably where you're watching it also.
Follow me on X, Twitter, Benjamin Rivals, also on IG, Benjamin Report. Also, of course, continue to subscribe and share.
Like.
Live from Canes County.
Yes.
On Game Podcast coming soon.
On Game Podcast coming soon. Thank y'all for watching. We out of here, Tampa.
Peace.